Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this installment of the Outlanders here on Roll With It. As you can see, the entire group is all back together. Hooray! Um, and I don't think it won't. You won't have seen it yet, but Kerr's Day Out will be coming to the YouTube channel here probably soon-ish. So by the time this is up, Kerr's Day Out will be up there, and everything should be up to date, or you should be able to keep track of everything that's happened during their time in Hillsfar, since Kerr found some interesting stuff during his alone time. So, but we'll go ahead and jump into this week's episode with a quick recap of our last get together. So last time the Outlanders were together, Kerr stayed in his room and then eventually did some of his own things, which I'm sure we'll discuss a little bit of that here in this particular session. But they decided to go out and do a little bit of investigation amongst the citizens of Hillsfar. Made their way over towards the Hydra's den, did a little bit of reconnaissance there. Didn't find too much, but did a little bit of reconnaissance around the central district of the city, and then had a conversation with Rebecca the next day, in which they were given a little bit of information that they might be able to act upon, and ended up setting up a meeting with Gate Captain Hoolan to take place at about a little after midday on the current day, and Rowan is currently waiting to get a little bit of extra information from an individual at the House of Happiness. So we will go ahead and hop in here with you guys around mid-morning or so, after having just sent off your message to Gate Captain Hoolan to meet up with him. So what would you guys like to do? In the meantime, I should say.
That's a good question. I didn't think that far ahead.
It's on point for the group.
Is Kerr back?
No.
Or no? Okay. And where are we right now? You're
at the Cracked Mug.
In the Cracked Mug? Okay. So, does anybody know where Kelnorn went?
Nope.
Nope.
I'd say we could try to contact him, but it's probably not going to go any better than the last time we used the Sending Stones. Did we have anybody else we wanted to talk to before Hoolan?
I have to go back to the House of Happiness again because I needed to speak to one more person and they're not there yet. But that's midday.
Okay. So we got some time to burn.
Yes.
Everybody good on supplies?
I think so. I don't think I would be able to buy anything here anyway.
That's not true. Bolin over there would probably sell you something to drink.
Well, Yeah, but that's just liquid courage. It's not gonna help me help my actual body.
I mean, I'm sure we could have somebody go purchase something for us, maybe, if need be. If anybody needed anything, but if we're good, we're good.
Yeah, I didn't have any problems buying all these clothes.
Yeah. Well, I guess we wait.
Yeah, I'd probably just
Okay.
hang out like downstairs probably for the time being. Maybe get a drink from Bolin.
All right. All right. So you guys are waiting until around midday when Rowan can go get the rest of his information.
Yeah, and to see if Hulin shows up before then.
Okay. Kelnoran, what would you like to do with your morning since you have some free time?
Well, I believe we left off with me having bought some meat scraps and feeding the stray dogs as payment for the deal.
Correct.
So I will pretty much be wasting my time messing around with them, but
Okay.
getting as close to nature as I can in the middle of the city. When the nice part I'm not allowed into.
Well, I mean, there are several spots where you've seen like parks that were in some of the more middle class areas, so to speak, or the common areas. One was kind of southeast of the central district. So, if you want to head into some place where you're closer to nature, you can head in that direction if you'd like. It's
I remember. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
I have an appointment with a tailor,
Yes, you do.
so I'll go keep it.
Okay. Are you going in your natural form?
Yep. These are the dimensions I gave him for making clothes. So that is what I'm doing.
All right. So, heading into the tailor's shop where you stop by. Mhm. Walk in. Same older man back there. Kind of looks up. Good
Hello.
day. How may I help you?
I have an appointment. A friend of mine said I should come here to get fit for meeting Senator Doolin or or
Domas.
Domas or
Doma.
D-
Dumbass.
D- uh, I don't know. He's human.
There's a moment where he's obviously looks confused as this giant sized furball comes into his store, and then like recognition like spawns on him in that moment. He goes, yes. Looks you up and down for a moment, just realizing the dimensions that he was given. He's like, yes, I did speak with your associate yesterday. He did not indicate that you were. Well, never mind. You have a meeting with Senator Domas.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, that does not seem necessarily, I guess, out of the norm for him.
What do you mean?
Well, he's always been more of a, well, historically speaking, he's always been more of a advocate for non-humans in the city.
Oh.
A good number of changes that have happened over the past 5-6 years have been at his behest in an effort to incorporate more trade into the city, which did indeed do that. Although some deep-seated prejudices, I guess you could say, are not so easily overcome with simple coins in pockets. But
That's very true. It's not just here though. So
well, very well. If you wish to step back here, I could. We can go through the final measurements and just make sure that everything is to your liking.
Sure.
Very well. He will lead you into the back and do the final bits of measurements. And there's a couple of adjustments he says he needs to make. And when is your meeting, by the way? Just so I can understand how much time I have available to me.
well, tomorrow, is how much time I'm allotted in the city will be over. So once the meeting's done, I'm, gone.
Oh, so you're not in need of the clothes until tomorrow.
Correct.
Oh, great, fantastic. That's very good, very good. All right. Well, I will go ahead and make the rest of the adjustments here for you. There's just a few things I want to touch up, just make sure everything looks as good as it possibly can. Your colleague indicated that you would, of course, be referencing or pointing out where you got the clothes from as part of our agreement.
Of course. As you can see, I'm not accustomed to wearing it, so I will be telling everybody because they'll definitely want to know where I got it.
Well, fantastic. I will finish the arrangements here for you. And as far as payment goes for this, do you wish to pay for it all now, or we could do half now and half when you pick up the rest?
How much?
For this one, just because of the extra material needed for someone of your stature,
Right.
I would say this would be about 25 gold in total.
Oh, sure. I can do that now.
Oh, very well. That's excellent. Thank you. I appreciate your upfrontness with this. I will continue making the necessary adjustments, and I should, if you could come back later this afternoon if you'd like. I would say shortly after fourth bell.
If I am free, I will.
Otherwise, tomorrow morning would be fine as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your patronage, and I hope your meeting goes well.
As do I. I believe it will help solve a lot of problems. I'll just kind of leave it at that and turn and walk out.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
All right.
And I'll just wander about till noon.
Okay. So time passes by. Rowan,
Yeah, that's me.
you have a meeting.
I have a meeting. I'm gonna go to
You have a
my
meeting.
meeting.
All right. Anybody else going with, or are you taking anybody else with you?
I mean, they can come along if they'd like, but I'm not gonna
Okay.
force anyone.
All right. Anybody else going with Rowan? No from Lillith?
Did you actually offer Or
Sure. I don't remember if I did last time or not. I mean, like, I don't know if I told you guys or not, but I would at least let you know where I was going, and then if anybody wanted to come, they could. But I'm not gonna just be like, "Hey, I want somebody to go with me."
So a come if you wish to type of situation.
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's if the invitation is open, then Kovac will go.
I have nothing else to do, so he'll tag along.
All right.
I'm not paying this time, Rith.
That's what you think.
Or am I paying for the information? I mean, what?
Okay, so Rowan, you guys are heading up to the House of Happiness. Make your way inside, and there is a different face at the bar area where you normally go to. Looks up and sees the three of you come in. Oh, good afternoon. What can I do for you?
I was hoping to see if Nephis was in. Oh.
Nope.
Nope.
Hey, you need to scare him.
Sorry.
Oh man, all the cameras. I like what they do. That's really good. That's some good stuff. It's like just a horrible version of Hollywood Squares at that point.
We go to the House of Happiness, and Kelnoran just nopes right on out of there.
He
Yep.
legit took a short rest.
Don't worry, guys.
Well,
This
he
will
is
be
running
a.
around by himself,
worry.
so he just disappeared.
Don't worry, guys. This will be a quick in and out, and then we're gone. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, I don't know if you paid for
Phrasing.
services this time, but all right. All right, so you let him know he's Nephis. Yeah, I believe she's got here not too long ago. I can was she expecting you? Kind of he's flipping through a ledger. He's like, I don't have any appointments this early for her.
I don't know if she was.
All right. What was your name?
Rowan.
All right. Let me if you want to hold on, you can take a seat over there if you'd like, and
Sure.
he heads off and takes the stairs up, or one of the sets of stairs up, leaving the three of you alone for a little bit. About 5 minutes or so later, he comes back down. Yeah, she's just finishing getting ready. Vara said you guys could go into that private room over there if you'd like. She'll be down in about a minute or two.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go to the private room.
Okay. Both of you guys following?
Yeah.
All right. Say, did you guys want me to get you anything while you're waiting? I've got the bar
Mead.
open already. Mead?
He's paid. I vote Rowan.
Kind of looks towards you, Rowan, just to make sure.
Sure.
All right.
I can't tell him no. He'll beat me up.
Kind of looks at you. if you're not safe, you can blink twice.
I wink with each eye, but separately. So it's like.
All right, everything's great. Mean it is. I'll get that for you.
I pat Rowan on the back. Good friend. Chuckle a little as I walk forward.
I can't take you anywhere, I swear.
A few minutes later, a woman walks in with brown hair, olive skin, carrying a goblet of mead, and she sets it down in front of you, Rith, and kind of smiles at you, Rowan. Good to see you back again. Shavara said you had some questions for me.
Yeah, well, first off, did she give you the necklace?
She did. Thank you very much. I mean, she didn't have to necessarily return it. It was fine. But thank you. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Now for the hard questions. Okay, they're not really that tough.
I normally do well with hard things, but that's okay.
So what can you tell us? These are my friends, by the way. Sorry. It's Rith. It's Kovac.
She just holds out a hand, daintily to you guys each, just as a
Like to shake?
yeah.
Oh.
But she just offers it to you like that more than just like a handshake.
Oh.
I handshake it.
Okay,
Because I have no idea what this is about.
she's fine. She's fine.
Go back, you'll take it and bow a little bit, but nothing.
Yep. She just gives a little curtsy. It's nice to meet all of you.
So
What
I was told that you would maybe have the most information about Senator Domus.
Yes. Well, I mean, he was a client of mine for a period of time. There's what exactly are you looking for? I mean, there's I guess I can't say too much about our meetings together, just because that's we try to keep that private because we want people to feel confident here that they can say what they like and it's not going to go beyond these walls.
Well, we have gotten some intel that he's working with this evil people that we're trying to find in town. And just information that might be helpful, like I mean, you don't have to tell us like what his favorite food is or anything like that. Just anything that would maybe be helpful to understand him a little. Maybe.
I mean, that would be definitely out of character for him, or at least as I knew him. He came here a couple times a week. We would talk, and he would share some of his problems, and sometimes ask for advice or just for an ear to listen. Never. never anything physical between the two of us. It was strictly a platonic relationship. He was always very respectful, but um, one day he decided that he no longer wanted my services. And started seeing one of the other girls here. Rather recent addition. The kind that I guess most men tend to fancy that come here for the more carnal needs, we'll say. Which was a little bit out of character for him, I would say.
So between like before and then here recently, you'd say that like he's changed quite a bit, or it seems.
The way that he acts has been different, yeah. I've attempted to just converse with him just because I always enjoyed our conversations. He was always a very kind-hearted man. But he has yet to acknowledge any of my attempts at conversation.
That makes me lean more towards what I was thinking.
So this is a bit. I'm kind of in an odd position here because I'm a bit relieved to know that I didn't do anything. It sounds like I didn't do anything wrong, thankfully. But are you saying, is he in danger, or is he? What's wrong with him? Or is this something you can't tell me?
Kind of looks at the other two.
Best if not told for safety.
For my safety, his, yours?
All.
I mean,
see.
I'm not so much worried about us, but
Well, yes. I mean, to answer your question as far as to anything that I could tell you that would help you, I mean, I know that he has business dealings with the Blue Sails, according to some of the other people that I know. He's been spending more time there than in previous months. He used to be a great advocate for people like Phalia. So I don't know if it seems as if that has potentially changed. He's been a little bit more, well, a lot less kind-hearted than in the past.
what's the name of the person he's been coming here to see recently?
Well, her name is Chati.
What was it?
Chati, Chati.
Okay.
She's she's very hard to miss. Seemingly perfect in every single way. She's like, I think she's already here for the day, but she doesn't tend to come out of her room until the crowds start to come in a little bit more. And most of the people that she sees are either up in her room specifically or in the various private rooms around here, but she doesn't tend to see anybody without an appointment.
All right. I don't think I have anything else to ask. I think I have some info that is definitely helpful.
Well, I'm glad I could help. If there's anything else that you can tell me later on, I realize now might not be the best of time, but or if there's anything you can do to help him, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll try to get back and give you what information I can after. If I'm still allowed in the city after 3 days.
Well, good luck. I mean that as sincerely as I can.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's all I had.
Okay.
I will finish my drink and head out then.
All right.
I'll be the last one out.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna give her, I mean, I don't know what her time is worth, but I'm gonna give her like 20 gold for the information. The both times I've talked to her.
Okay.
And I'll just, when I'm handing it to her, I'll just be like, this is for helping.
Oh, well, I mean, it will definitely help with keeping pretenses at least. Good luck.
Thank you. I guess I'll go over to the bar and pay my tab.
Okay.
Although I'd be happier if I just walked out without paying it. This place is supposed to bring me happiness.
Stop by the bar. The barkeep says, just the one drink. I'll be 5 silver.
Here you go. I'll give him 5 silver.
All right.
I thought about it. I should have stopped before I left. Grabbed a cake or something.
Get it refilled for the way the ride home.
Have a nice day.
You as well. I will head back to the place. The cracked
You
mug.
guys. Lillith, while you are there, a courier will come in and hand something to Bolin. Are you downstairs? I assumed. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, for a little bit. Then I'm gonna go upstairs and take a nap.
Okay. Are you downstairs like when they leave?
Yeah.
Okay. For how long?
I'd say half hour or so, because I'd probably get something to eat and.
Okay. Yeah. So during that time frame, individual comes in, goes up to the bar, hands something to Bolin. Bolin slides him a coin. Looks at it, goes into the back, comes back to the bar, continues cleaning the counter, cleaning up. While you're sitting out there eating, Brecca comes out, holding whatever Bolin had. When your companions get back, Hulin wants to see you.
Was that from him, I'm guessing?
Yeah. It was like you sent him a message, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure it was from him.
Yeah, he was responding.
Did he say where?
But he said over at the
gate.
At the gate, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So I would say the three of you are gone for about a half hour from the time frame when you left, got there, and come back. So it's been about a half hour itself. They get back probably about 10 minutes after Brecca talked to you, Lilith.
Okay. So I'll renege on the nap thing. And Hulin wants us to meet him. He sent a note. We're supposed to meet him at the gate.
Wait, are all of us back? Is that what you said, or?
Kelnorn's not there.
Oh, okay. But the three of us that left are back, is what you said.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Gotcha.
Did you guys find out anything?
Domus has been seeing a different woman inside the House of Happiness recently.
That's odd.
I mean, is it? With what we know?
Usually those guys have a type and they stick with it. Unless something changes.
Like his mind?
Being controlled.
Yeah.
I mean, we learned this that he was being controlled.
Yeah, and that's probably about that time. I mean, when he started seeing the new girl, is probably when it started.
Yes. Because
Did
maybe
you get the chance to talk to the new girl?
No, I don't want to take that chance. That would be like me and going and talking to Rebecca.
I mean, Rebecca's there too.
No. You guys met her somewhere else.
She said she's at the House of Happiness. Under the name Gia.
I did not know that. This is new information to me.
Yep.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that the new woman is probably the one Rebecca wants us to rescue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm not gonna go talk to her, because they do brain things. And Rith would probably try to kill me in that room.
That's fair.
I just look at him and smile a little.
All right, I guess we should go talk to Hulin.
Yeah.
Did you say that Rebecca was at the House of Happiness?
Mm-hmm. That's what she told us.
I thought she was at the Falcon's Rest. Or the Falcon's Rest Inn.
No, well, that's where we met her.
But she's not staying there.
She said she's under the name Gia in the House of Happiness.
Okay.
So you guys heading over to the gatehouse then?
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right. So, Kilnorn, you hanging around afterwards? He sends a note.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. All right. So, 4 of you. I'm assuming everybody's going. Okay.
Yeah.
4 of you make your way through the city, back to the gatehouse. Some of the guards that you guys have noticed when you guys got there greet you and direct you towards the same direction where you met Hulin the first time. He's in a slightly bigger room this time with a larger table. You guys walk in and Kelnorin is already there.
There you are.
Here I am.
Where you been?
Outside.
Oh. Like outside the gate?
Like out.
No. Slept on a roof last night.
I've done that.
Talked to dogs. Spent some time with birds. I was a cat for a little while.
So,
Okay, I haven't done that.
Normal things?
Just done for different reasons. You guys?
Well, I slept in a bed last night. I couldn't escape because Rith's feet were blocking the door. Not that I tried, that's just how small the room is, and We got some info.
It's good. I mean, I found out some stuff.
Ulan will
But
speak up, and he's like, yeah, that's part of the reason I wanted to get everybody here gathered together is I'm to gather that you were working independently but not cohesively,
different angles.
but without the two groups knowing what the other ones were doing.
Correct.
Not by choice.
He just kind of rubs his head again, like the first time he was meeting with you guys. Okay. I'll be honest with you. The fact that you got as much information as you did with limited cohesion is it's impressive. I'm not sure if you're just really good or just really lucky, but I'm gonna go with either one. I don't really care at this point, but I suppose at this point, just put
You're
everything
gonna
on the
offer
table.
us a job.
Well, I would like to just get all the information out there, but then afterwards, I will probably still have need of your assistance. Although, first things first, I know that you are not aware of what each other have done, apparently, but the last couple hours I've been working with, speaking with some people, and conveying the information that Kerr here has told me, and based off of just his information, assuming that your information will help solidify this decision that they made, I've been approved to extend your time in the city.
That's a good thing.
As needed. So,
That's good.
yes.
I mean, will we at least get a warning of like, hey, you got an hour or something to get out of here, instead of just like, you gotta go, now you're arrested?
No, this is at my discretion.
Oh, okay.
So, given everything that's happened thus far, unless you do the aforementioned things I asked you not to do, everything will be good. But, all right. So, I just want to get us all together here so we can discuss apparently what no one is aware of yet. He'll point to you, Kelnorn, if you wish to disclose what you found out to them as well.
Sure. Well, I managed to pinpoint what I think is where they're staying. It's on the northern end of the center area with the castle. I saw the brother in his, I'm assuming, his human disguise, though I was a little distracted. The lady he was with was well, I found her very attractive till I realized that she was a succubus. And I followed her to the house of happiness, and he went to the Blue Sails company building, and she was to give his sister a message. I only really caught the part that I felt was more pertinent, because it suggests what they're doing, and that she's to leave or to keep the cargo where it is currently at. I did not hear where it is at, considering he was going to a company called Blue Sails. I'm assuming it's probably in a warehouse by a dock.
Well done.
And I made friends with all the local stray dogs and some sparrows.
Impressive.
Congratulations.
The succubus has golden eyes. That's how you'll be able to identify her in her disguise.
I mean, I can add to her possibly, but I don't have 100% confirmation.
Please, yes. If you wish to bring to the table what your group has found out. You indicated that you had some information that would help.
Yeah. So I was a little wrong with my guess on Domus. It actually is Domus. It's just that he's being controlled by the succubus to do the things that he's doing. We also learned that they're in a mansion in the central district of the city. Lately, he has been visiting the Blue Sails a lot, and he didn't normally, apparently. And he's been seeing a different woman at the House of Happiness, which I'm gonna assume now for sure is probably the succubus, since you said she went there, and she goes by the name. What'd you say it was?
Chati.
Yeah, that.
Shoddy?
Yeah.
It's at least more exotic than Rebecca.
Oh. Yeah. Rebecca.
Kind of looks confused for a moment. Is Rebecca one of your...
She's the
Another
other one I told you I had dealings with.
The other succubus?
Yep.
We have been told that we could possibly get into the mansion through a tunnel, or essentially a back door. And we've been told a way to like I don't know, like relinquish the succubus's contract here so that she would no longer be in the picture.
Okay. I was...
Essentially, she's in the servitude of the twins. They have an item. If we could get the item from them and get rid of the magical qualities or dispel the item, she would no longer be in debt or in service to the twins. Which means she would no longer have to be controlling Domus.
And he would be able to act of his own volition at that point? Is that the...
Yes, as far as I know, yes.
And would they, these Damon Faye, would they know when this happens?
I'm gonna be honest, we're not really the sneakiest bunch, so probably.
Well, would they know when this succubus is released from her contract? Or if the senator is acting of his own free will.
Maybe
It
I don't.
it would be safe to assume yes.
Yeah, like I'm assuming, in the one letter or the whatever that we gave you, it said that someone had given them magic baubles, and I'm assuming one of those was the item that we need.
I mean, that would be reasonable to assume, I think.
So I would assume that like if we took that from them, they would probably know what we were doing.
Okay. Well, I would like to know, I guess, potentially more about what they're doing in the city. If
Oh,
yes,
I forgot. We also learned a little bit about the red plumes. I mean, I know they're kind of an outlier right at this moment, but I'm pretty sure that they're working with. But apparently, they've been training a lot at. They've been running exercises in the old training grounds, or in the training
yes,
grounds for the old militia.
I've seen them pass through the gates a few different times.
It's the training grounds not inside the city.
No,
No, not for our militia used to train outside of the city just because we don't have the space necessarily inside for large scale operations training, running formations and such, or performing maneuvers. Generally, if you're attempting to do that for a couple thousand people, you generally need a field of sorts. And as you've been around our city, it's fairly populated and compact. So we used to use the open area to the southeast of the city for a lot of our maneuvers training. And then when the Red Plumes came back, the militia was released from their service, at least temporarily. I have a couple of we'll say friends that were part of the militia, and a few that ended up joining the Plumes when they came back. So I get a little bit of information about what's going on, and speaking with my contact in the Plumes, the fact that you came to these conclusions while operating independently, basically came back with about the same information, definitely adds credence to what he said as well. And I would like you to find out more. If you can obtain this item without them knowing, but not necessarily relinquish the succubus from its contract, I believe that would be beneficial. In talking to some of the other individuals in our churches around here, getting a little bit of information about the succubus, since I'm not very well versed on them myself. They seem to think that it's a good possibility that whatever they have is not something they necessarily have to use or want to reveal. So that way she's not aware of where it might be, or they're not aware of where it might be. I'm told they're rather fluid with their appearance, but if you can obtain this item, then maybe we can have some leverage. and I can work at getting something in place. Because I do believe that the red plumes are a potential problem. So,
Do you guys know what the bauble might be?
No.
That's the problem.
The other thing would be, I mean, like if it were me and I had something like that, I would probably keep it on me.
But do we know what the item was that what's his face used to control Rebecca? Because that might give us a decent hint.
We could ask.
She's not here, so we can't.
Well, not right now. No.
Do you want to go back to Arabelle? I'm not going to go back there.
Rebecca's in town.
Huh?
Rebecca is in town.
Okay. Why?
She helped with information.
Okay. She's trying to become good, so that's helpful and
Yep.
that's good. And so she's being good, and there's no need to hurt her just yet. Okay.
Hula's
She
looking
actually
back and
provided the
forth.
information about the object controlling her friend, she said.
Wait a second. You said that this other succubus that you've had dealings with, pointing to Kelnorn, this other succubus that you've had dealings with is in my city and giving you information about the other succubus and the Daemon Fae and how to help the succubus.
And how
Did
to
it-
get into the mansion.
I mean, she said it would help us as well because if we try to go at them now, they have her as an ally.
The succubus that's here.
Controlling the senator, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Not
would have
your...
her as an ally. Not our informant.
And she can be trusted.
Their informant.
Yes.
He looks right at you, Rith, and you're sure of this.
Yes.
Yep.
He straight.
Okay.
You
No.
can-
Yeah, he's looking. He's no. I mean, you're not trying to deceive, so he believes you.
She's trying to find redemption. Trying.
Okay. Well, I'm not an expert on fiends. From what I'm told, they are.
Ouch.
Oh, I mean, I just call it as I see it. But I'm not an expert on that type of fiend. But I suppose if she can help you locate it, my best advice to you would be to watch your back.
good advice.
Very well. Well, if you would find out more information, or at least attempt to find out what this item is, or if it's possible to be retrieved without alerting these twins, I would appreciate it. There are some developments in place that give me cause for concern, but those are things that I need to deal with, and I wish for you to focus on this if you could.
Yep.
Very well. Well, uh, as I've stated, your stay in Hillsfar is extended as long as this needs to go on, or as long as or until we find a resolution, and we'll see where we're at that point. But if all of this proves to be true, I would believe that there might not be any limitations on your stay within the city if we can find a decent resolution to everything. But I don't want to take up any more time. I feel like this is something that we all need to focus on immediately.
Question.
Yes.
The Blue Sails, their office building is at the north end of town. Do they have any other locations in which they have operations from?
You could check the warehouses down by the docks to the east of the city, along the southern edge of the Moon Sea. He kind of points to, he has a map there with him, same one that you've seen. He rolls it out. Says if you look over, I believe they have some warehouses over in this area. But I mean, the various mercantile companies tend to, they have warehouses over there where they offload things. Some of them share establishments due to the size potentially, but I think the Blue Suns have one that is strictly theirs. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
So-
if you, yes.
Just to make sure, do we have permission to check it out?
Check out the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well,
we're in
I
the
will.
region.
I would tell you that if you want to go over there and attempt to look around, in an official capacity, you would not necessarily be able to investigate from an official capacity. Most everything that you're, well, I'll just be honest. Anything that you do right now, if you get caught, the individuals that have given me the ability to extend your stay will disavow any knowledge of them saying that they've said you can do this. So my recommendation to you is do so as quietly as possible.
Thank you.
Well, if there's anything else, you know how to reach out to me. You can either come directly here or get in touch with Brecca. That's perfectly fine. Otherwise, why don't we meet at the Cracked Bug tomorrow afternoon? You can let me know where you're at then. I'll come by around second bell past high noon.
I think we should be good.
If you need anything before then, reach out. Well,
Thank you.
good luck.
Thanks.
He gets up and leaves.
Uh, where do we want to start?
Well, we need to find out what the bauble might be.
I have an
So,
idea on that, but I don't like it.
And we should probably try to check out the Blue Sails place on the docks.
I had an idea on that one.
We've got ideas. All right.
Okay.
My
Kelnor,
thought.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Me or
What?
Kelnoran? Because you said Kelnoran, so I'm
You.
confused. All right.
He wasn't starting to talk. You.
My thought. Again, I hate it. If Rebecca could either find out from her friend or get us a way to talk to her friend, she may know what the item is that we need to look for.
That's a good idea.
Because apparently the only way to talk to her at the House of Happiness is an appointment. And who knows, she may be booked for days. I don't know.
So, Kelnor, my idea on the dock is first I have a question.
Huh.
Can you turn into a puppy?
Yes. I have seen puppies, so I can become a puppy. Why?
Child chasing her puppy onto the docks. That's not very conspicuous.
Oh, it's not.
Oh,
Okay, so what past that point? Chasing me onto the docks?
mm-hmm. Once we find the building,
Okay, and how do we do that? This is your plan.
well, I'll be looking for the building. It should have some sort of symbol on it, or sign, or something to say this is their building.
Okay, and then when we find it,
Then we take note of where it's at, and we leave the docks
okay,
for that time. And then we can investigate it. Once we know exactly where it's at, we can find out how to best to get into it.
okay. I'm going to throw this out there. As far as I know, they don't know Kovac is with us. Can't he just walk up and ask for directions and be told where the building is and bypass all the shenanigans?
Good. That can be plan A.
So yours is like plan Z then.
Yes.
There's gotta be better ways. Gotta be.
I mean, once we see the layout, we can find a way in.
Lillith, what were you going to wear during this escapade?
Just a standard tunic.
I know a good tailor.
You gonna cover your face?
I have a disguise kit. I can make myself look younger.
Okay.
You know, I don't think we've ever seen you use the disguise kit.
You haven't. I haven't had need.
You've been much more of a hide in things type of person.
Are you saying you want me to hide in a barrel or something?
No, I'm just saying if that's been an option, could have been using it long before now.
I'd like to save my supplies.
Well, regardless of what plan we go with, when do we want to do this?
Probably the sooner the better.
So we can't be out at night, right?
I don't know about you guys.
You're talking
We're not
about
supposed
I
to.
will not be out at night. So if you're gonna go with that plan, I am not doing this.
you're talking about breaking the
So-
rules in the captain's office.
Our time is limited. We probably should
You-
decide this.
You can go during the day and ask for the directions and see if you can find it. Just walk up on the dock. That'll be a better. I mean, you'll be able to see better, especially.
Maybe you can use your disguise kit on Kovac.
Hmm?
Give him
Good.
more of a sunny complexion and round
Yeah.
the ears or something.
Well, I don't know about the ears, but I can. I've got
No,
makeup.
no snipping.
I've got makeup.
Just like we've seen people with like humans with big satellite, like ginormous mushroom cap ears. You just make his ears look like that.
I don't know if I'm that good.
You can make yourself look like a human, but you can't make Kovac look like a human.
Well, I can make myself look younger. Not. I didn't say I can make myself be a human. I would just be small, like a child chasing its puppy.
I can make myself look like a human, and I pull my hood over my head.
Oh boy.
Trying to use all the tricks available to us. Yeah.
I feel like from this discussion, does that mean it's on me and Rith to talk to Rebecca?
That's what it's kind of sounding like.
I should go talk to Rebecca.
Hmm.
What?
If you want to.
Rowan doesn't want to, it's probably a good idea that Rith goes because they have a good rapport back and forth.
Yeah.
So I can go and not have to spend Rowan. So he can go to the docks. Let's go back.
Yeah.
It's just really awkward making a plan with Rith here. Wait, we
Agreed.
did last night for like half the plan.
What are we doing?
You and me, we're going to go talk to Rebecca.
Okay.
This is perfect.
Right.
She goes by Gia in the House of Happiness.
Yes.
Don't worry, Rith knows how to get there. Oh wait.
I do too.
Oh, okay. Rith knows how to get you to pay for his drinks.
I can't pay for alcohol. It might be a temptation to drink the alcohol.
That's between you and him.
That is true. I'd like to stop by my room on the way there, if that's all right with you.
Sure.
Okay. Do we want to meet up at the cup when we've gotten what we need?
Yes.
Okay.
Go team.
Yeah. All right. I'll stand up and be like, let's go. And Lillith, to help with your disguise, that tailor, and I'll tell her about the tailor I went to yesterday.
All right, the
There's
one that
just-
you saw this morning too.
There's this nice place, kind of along the.
Okay.
And-
Thank you.
This, just tell him Bryn sent you. All right. I'll open up the door and do one of the after you poses.
No,
head
after
out.
you.
I'll walk out.
I was gonna wait till he started to walk out and say that I tried to walk out at the same time, so we like get stuck in the doorway together and.
Man, I'd
Sounds about right.
elbow you in the face if that happened.
You don't want to know where my elbow's going.
My knee.
Yeah, maybe
Gonna say
thigh, like a dead leg, you know?
It's fair.
Kelnorn would fit in perfectly fine, right? Rith with our home party, just a party of giants.
Yep.
Um,
Are you all biggies?
2 furbolgs, a dragonborn, a 6'6" drow, and then like a sub 6 foot Asmar, who's by far the shortest person in the party.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's huge. Inconspicuous they are not.
Nope.
Every
neither
group
is
finds
this-
a way.
I was gonna say neither is this group, considering you have a collection of everybody. So It's good. I like it. The diversity.
Make a party of everybody with Rogue, and we multi-class into something else.
Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome. Who hides the hidiest? All right, so you guys are breaking up into splitting the party, 2 groups.
Yeah, it always works out.
So there are 3 of you going to the docks, and then 2 of you heading towards the House of Happiness.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Who would like to go first?
Let the docs go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay.
the docks.
All right. So the 3 of you you head out of the city, and based on what you've seen of the map, I mean there's basically like a junction outside the gates that you can head south back the direction you came towards Shadowdale and eventually Arabelle and all that fun stuff, or you can head kind of southeast towards Elven Tree, or you can just head straight east towards the docks area or the sea. So you make your way down that way, and there are houses and looks like there are shops even outside of here, just people that live outside the city but are part of the city itself. There are just not necessarily like a steady stream, but you do see carts moving back and forth in between the city and the docks, probably transporting things that are arriving from destinations unknown to most of you. But there are a collection of ships that are presently docked and being either unloaded or reloaded and being sent out. And you make your way into the general vicinity. If you guys want to go ahead and just give me a perception check as you reach the docks area.
I am also going to be about 20 to 30 feet
No.
behind them.
Nice, Kovac. That's great.
Yeah!
Even
Woo!
better? Man,
Wow.
I love it.
Oh.
Oh,
Everything
what the heck?
Like I said, I am like 20 to 30 feet behind them.
Okay. All right.
What was this place called again? Blue something?
I think
Who knows?
blue skies, maybe? Deep blue sea? I don't know.
Shark ate me. Fucking shark ate me. All right. So the pair of you, I mean, you're walking forward and just kind of
Walk
meandering.
into the
and
ocean. Just walk into the
Just-
lake.
you should keep going, but you're like, maybe we passed it by. I don't know. And so you start to head a little bit west as you get towards the docks area, heading towards the western end of the docks. Yeah, Lilith, they're just aimlessly wandering at this point.
We're trying to fit in.
Do I see anything from where I am besides
Based
them?
on where they're, I mean, you're fairly certain with your, I mean, the way that the map showed you, you probably haven't even gotten to the spot where it is yet.
I'm just
So
gonna keep
it's-
walking
Okay. You guys are walking
until I
along the
see
docks.
the building.
Yeah, there's one over there. There's a neat looking building. There's a couple of other ones. You see some larger structures, some small ones. You see the harbor master's office. Well, it looks like that one they take care of fishing net repairs. that one does ship repairs. There's a place where you can hire more hands on. Yeah, you're not seeing anything over here. Take a look around. There's no Lillith either. Not really sure where you're at. So
Well, this is going well.
Yeah. Maybe I should have mentioned I got lost when I got into town the other day.
Hey, even if we ask somebody why we're looking for this place, like what story were you gonna give?
Picking up cargo. I don't know. Maybe that's done at the office, though. I don't know. I mean, unless it's a lot of cargo. I don't know how cargo works. I've never worked in the cargo business. Except for the trip in Arabelle where we pretended to be people with cargo and then killed the bad guys that were robbing people. You remember? It was like 4 days ago we did that, remember? Okay, it was longer than that, but maybe we should walk.
Should we ask somebody else who's like taking cargo out of here?
Maybe.
Feel like maybe we should ask somebody who's not an official.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where'd
Yes,
Lilith go?
She's probably chasing a puppy or something. I thought she was going to change before she came here. I don't know. She can handle herself, right?
Hopefully.
I'm going to look around for someone who doesn't look official.
go ahead and give me a perception check.
I mean,
Worked out well last
yeah,
time.
nothing will go wrong here, right?
Sick.
Oh, that's better.
Ooh, that was
13.
better.
Okay. All right, so 13, you're kind of glancing about. I mean, there are people that are working, unloading ships, carrying crates, loading them onto carts or wagons.
Does it look
They
like
look a little.
any of them might be like fishermen?
I was gonna say the dock workers look a little busy, but you do see a couple of people along the coastline that are you see a pair of gentlemen that are working on some fishing nets. They look like they're either making minor repairs or just making sure that everything is in good order. So
I think we should ask those guys over there, because if this place deals in cargo, maybe the fishermen will not be affiliated with the cargo people.
Seems a good idea as any. Well, no, better than some ideas.
We'll head towards the fishermen.
okay. So they're working on their nets. How would you like to greet them?
Ahoy.
I was thinking that too.
One guy kind of looks up at you and with a wry little smile goes, "Ahoy to you." Oh. Looking to find your sea legs or something, or what's?
Not exactly. I don't go that far out. Do you happen to know where the warehouse for the blue sails is? We're a little bit lost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of warehouses. If you keep going east, just follow the coastline down that way. I think there's about 3 or 4 companies that have warehouses down that way.
See, I'll nudge Rowan. So I told you it was east, not west.
My bad, man. I'm always getting confused.
Yep. Just go the opposite way the sun's going. You should be good to go that way.
I look up. Got it.
Come on. Thank you.
I hope you catch a lot of fish.
Probably tomorrow.
Oh. Yeah, well, tomorrow then.
Go
All
on,
right.
she's gonna walk. No
like-
more conversation.
Jog to catch up with him.
Lillith, you continue along your way, and those yahoos are off behind you somewhere. You're not sure at this point. But yeah, you keep walking down the road, and
As I'm walking that way too, I'm gonna grab one of my arrows, and I'm gonna kind of take a little bit of the string out that's holding the arrowhead on.
okay.
I'll take a fully fleshed one, and I'm gonna kind of just drop it at my feet, facing the direction that I'm going.
Oh, okay.
But the other one I'm gonna kind of keep in my hand and kind of fiddle with it a little bit, and act like as I'm walking, of course, and looking.
Okay. Yeah, with your perception check, I mean, eventually you see a couple of warehouses along the way with various names. None of them are the ones that you're looking for until you get to the second to last dock that you can see. And then south of that one, you see that there are some warehouses. And the one that is along this cobblestone road that's not too far from the docks themselves, but it's not a large building by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe 30 to 40 feet in width and length in total. But there is a sign that is on a post right in front of it that's, if you're coming from either east or west, you would see the sign. It says Blue Sails Company. It's a little bit faded from all the sea wind and whatnot that it gets along here, but you can see it. It is there.
I'll walk up to it.
Okay.
Is it like big door, smaller door?
No, I mean, when you get to the there's a single door that's this cobblestone road just goes up to, and then yeah, so you can see a single door.
Is anybody
facing
working
south.
outside, or is there just
Nope.
the door?
It's just a door.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Hear a voice from it's open.
I'll open it and walk in.
All right. There, as you enter in, there's a cask off to the left side. There's also a crate that's kind of stuffed up against the wall on the southwest wall as you walk in. The cask is kind of on the far left side as you walk in, and then directly to your right, you see that there is a desk, and there's a guy who's standing there. Looks like can't really see much on the desk because it's over your head to a certain extent. But also in front of you, there is another door that appears to go further in that is shut. And then there's also another door that's on the back right corner of the wall as you enter in. behind the desk. And he looks up and kind of looks down to the left. Oh, can I help you?
Yes, sir. I was I know this is the dock area, and I need some more string for my arrows fletching. As you can see, some of my string is kind of um, not well made, and I knew with your nets and everything that you'd have some really good string to be able to use with my arrows. Do you have any of that stuff here, by chance, that I might be able to? I can pay you for it.
Well, we're not a fishing company, so I don't really have any netting here.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
I'm sorry. What uh, what kind of company? I figured you were here on the docks and
there's a sign outside. It says Blue Sales Company. We're a mercantile company. We do shipping.
oh, okay. I was thinking more of a fishing with the sails and the boats and the fishing boats and that sort of thing.
Hey, you're not from around here, are you?
No,
I mean,
no.
obviously you're
Yeah, I mean, you
not.
look at me. I'm not
Yeah,
from here.
no.
But okay. Well, I'm sorry to have wasted your time.
No, I mean if you're looking for some string or something along those lines, I mean there's a couple of I'm sure there's some fishermen that are along the coast right now. Either they're normally tending to something at this point. You can generally find someone out there.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the information, sir.
All right.
And I'll kind of just do a kind of awkward wave and walk back out.
All right. As you're walking out, he just kind of head tilts back down to the desk.
And then I'll restring my arrow as as I'm walking
Okay.
out,
All right.
and start walking back to try to find the other two yahoos.
All right. So the pair of you keep walking east. And eventually Lilith, you'll see them coming towards you first. A few minutes later, you guys will come across Lilith walking in your direction.
I keep walking east.
I found it.
No, little kid, I don't have any coins for you.
I found the warehouse.
Rowan, just keep walking.
Yes.
Okay. He just kept going. Kovac, are you just following him or are you stopping?
I don't know.
Okay. I like this. This is good.
I mean, I'll kind of stutter step and just be confused and then keep going, I guess.
I'll like sign to him in Thieves' Kit. I found the warehouse, cobblestone road, in second to the last dock.
So your thieves' cant doesn't necessarily get that specific, we'll say.
Yeah.
'Cause but
It's broad.
you can
term.
say I found it. I mean, that would
Okay.
probably be about as specific as it gets. But all right.
And I'll just keep walking, and I'll stop by the fisherman, and grab some string just to keep up the facade. But
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check as you're trying to get someone to give you some string.
this should be good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you'll find someone along the way. Doesn't take you too long. they have pity on you, so to speak, and provide you with a little bit of their line from one of their poles that they have there.
I'll thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Have a good one.
And I'll walk off, head back towards the city.
All right. So, pair of you continue east. Go ahead and give me another perception check. I love
It's
it.
better and better.
Oh, he ruined it.
I wasted it.
You did waste it. That's fantastic. I really appreciate that. And Ronan wasn't here earlier for when he asked you to roll that one for $5, and you did it.
That's
did
true.
Do it. You did it. So next time you see him, let him know.
Yep, he owes me $5.
He owes you $5. So walking along, Kovac, you are just thoroughly confused about everything that has happened so far since you've left the city. This has just been... Who knows what's happening with this group right now. But, Rowan, eventually you continue walking along, and as you're approaching the second to last dock, you do see the Blue Sails Company's building there. Again, not a large building by any stretch of the imagination, but you can clearly see the sign that is there. It is a little bit, again, weathered, so maybe that's why you guys missed it the first time. That they need to repaint their sign. Obviously.
That was definitely it. We didn't not see it.
Yeah, it's they need to increase their visual presence. It's really marketing 101.
Hey,
but there is a single door that goes inside.
It's over there. Just a single door that we can see, or
yeah.
Okay.
From the direction that you're coming, that is the only door that you see in.
Okay.
Okay.
We found it. We did our job.
Anything else you wish to do while you're here?
I'm gonna walk past, just to see if there's a door on the other side as well.
Okay, so just taking a look around.
Yeah, I guess 3 sides, because I feel like it might look bad if I tried to walk behind the building, but I can at least see the right side, the front, and the left side.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's the path that you guys are on actually just is going along the seaside. So the door, the sign that you see, is kind of to the right. So if you were to follow along this path, continuing on, you would kind of go, I guess, behind the building.
So the opening's on the side instead of an end.
It's on the south side of the building.
Okay.
But as you're approaching from the west side of the building.
Yeah, I just want to see.
If you wish to continue walking by, you can.
Yeah, I'd like to see as much of the building as I could without going inside like a psycho.
Okay. You continue along this boardwalk that goes along the edge of the Moon Sea, and passing along basically behind the building. You don't see any windows or anything like that with this building. It looks like it's just solid walls. Maybe a few small openings at the top for airflow and whatnot, but no actual windows. But when you get along the back, you see that there is another cobblestone path that comes off of this main one, and you can see a couple of carts along the right side of the building. And there's the wall continues on, and then it kind of indents in a little bit towards the south, and you see two large, a large set of double doors. looks like it's probably an opening where they could bring larger cargo in or crates. Probably opens up. You judge the opening is probably anywhere from 8 to 12 feet once the doors are fully opened. But yeah, there's like a couple of carts that they have along the east side of the building that you would assume was for either moving cargo back and forth or whatnot. Like you can see one that has hay in it right now. The other one looks empty.
Okay.
But the doors are presently shut.
I think that's all I wanted to get, view on and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good to head back.
Yeah.
All right. So the three of you head back into town. Kelnorn and Rith. You're stopping by the cracked mug first.
Yep. I want to get something out of my bag.
Okay. Simple enough. You can find your pack where you set it last and grab whatever you need.
I'll dig through it and I'll grab the
Mushrooms.
last of the mushrooms I've been stashing.
Okay.
And if Rith is with me, I'll walk over to him and I'll grab his arm and turn his hand up and slap them down into his hands like, these aren't better than booze.
Better than booze.
They're special.
Like booze.
Not the same, but I was using them for the same reason.
He narrows his eyes. You were.
Yep.
Not anymore?
No. I'm stopping. Thinking about picking up smoking now then.
You can see he's very angry in his demeanor. He'll crush the mushrooms into his hand. He'll sigh. He'll just drop it on the ground. Shakes his head. Glad you told me.
Me too.
Sober now.
Yes. I've 2 days. I mean, I wasn't on the mushrooms all the time. Just trying to sleep.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Forgiven. Ruth will hug him.
Ju-
Pat his back. Step back. Okay. Let's do this. He'll
Yep.
walk down
What?
the hall.
So I've only seen the outside. I imagine it's not great on the inside, right?
Inside was nice looking. Not sure what building is mostly used for. Rowan said conversation with other person. Lots of talking.
That's not what I expected. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. I can handle that. Let's go have a conversation.
I'll head that way.
All right. So the pair of you head to the House of Happiness. And yeah, Kelnorn, you get there. I mean, like I said, you've seen it from the outside. You've seen the amount of people coming in. The outside is this is one of the nicest looking buildings in town. It seems they take great care to keep the exterior looking pristine. You guys go inside, and the entryway is very warm. Lots of natural woods and such, and you see there are 2 doors on either side of this statue that is in the front that says Our Lady of Joy. Temple to Lyra, the Joybringer. And then there are 2 doors, wooden with frosted glass on either side that go in.
I go through the one that I am aware of where it goes.
Yep.
Yes, I will follow him.
Okay. Yeah, this inside is very... There's not a lot of people in here at the moment. Probably 20 to 30 people that you can kind of estimate. But the inside of this place is very plush and cozy. Lots of jewel-toned colors. You see various sitting areas with very comfortable-looking couches and resting areas. There's a bar that dominates the very center of the room. Staircases that go up on either side to a second level. Plenty of lighting and chandeliers everywhere. Bright colors. You can imagine that when this is, when the lights are lit up in the evening, this is a very bright place. And you do notice, like, when you come in, the other door just comes straight in here as well.
Oh,
It just have 2 doors. They both come in. You're not sure if one's an entrance, one's an exit, but who knows? But yeah. You're like, that's kind of weird that they're separated by that, but whatever, I guess. City people. Who knows?
they're all weird.
Yeah. But yeah. That is what you see in here.
I can see people coming here to talk. It's nice atmosphere.
Yes, they have private rooms too.
Neat.
I'll walk up towards the bar where Rowan usually went to talk to people.
Okay. The lady that you saw there the other day is behind the counter. And she sees you and comes up. She's like, "Oh, welcome back. Come back for a little bit of pleasure, relaxation. What can we do for you?"
Do you do tabs?
I mean, for established clients, we do. But seeing as you're a friend of Rowan's, I could extend you the courtesy. Yes.
Could you give me ale and my friend here a meal on Rowan's tab?
Well, as much as I would love to, without him here to say okay, no.
Try play joke on him.
You know, that's actually that's a good one. it's a common occurrence here, to be honest with you. And with some of our more established clientele, we're happy to play along because people are generally good-natured here. That's why they come here to be happy. Jokes are to be expected.
It's a nice place.
Thank you.
Here to talk to Gia.
Gia. Okay. She doesn't get many callers, but I'll let her know that you're here.
Thank you.
May I tell her who's calling on her?
Rith.
Rith. Okay. She kind of looks over towards you, Kelnor, and says, no, I did not mean to be rude and not acknowledge you two, but welcome. She extends her hand out. My name is Shivara.
Baron, shake your hand.
Are you a friend of Rowan's as well?
He's my little brother. Adopted.
Does she...
I'll go like this. Roll with it.
Yes, that's acceptable. That's great. I mean, family is not always as blood related. We understand that here. Well, just a moment and I will return. So she heads off and a few minutes later, or a few moments, about a minute or two later, she comes back down. She's, if you want to head up the stairs there to your right, she'll be waiting for you upstairs.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'll make my way up there.
Yep. And as you're walking up, you can see leaning over the rail, you see Rebecca, slightly different. I mean, you've seen her since you've been here, Rith. I mean, her hair color's a little bit different. It's not the chestnut brown that you've seen originally. It's more of a blonde at this point, but facial features are roughly the same. So she looks as you're coming up. Well, looks specifically towards you, Kelnoran. I did not expect to see you here. But let's talk inside.
Lead the way.
She saunters over towards the door, opens it. Please, come in.
I will walk in.
I will follow.
All right. She closes the door. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, we were hoping you might give us some insight into the item we should be looking for.
To free your sister.
I assumed as much. Well, as I told you and your companions earlier, we're restricted from interfering directly, so I'm not sure precisely what the item would be. Only she might know.
Would
she
be
be
able
willing-
to ask her?
That
Well, like I said, I'm not able to because I'm we are expressly forbidden from interfering with each other's affairs.
If does she know we are here?
Undoubtedly, yes. I mean, if her employers know you're here, then I would assume that she knows.
If we ask her when in middle of a fight, is she likely to tell us?
If you were fighting her at the time frame, well, I would assume that if you were in the middle of attempting to fight with her or her employers, um, I don't think she would be able to tell you at that point, since they would force her to probably attempt to kill you, to be blunt.
Are you
Or-
suggesting we ask her directly?
I would never suggest that myself, but should you choose to, she might be willing to help, provided she understands the terms of an agreement, or if you're able to come to some sort of agreement. I might be able to set up a meeting between the two of you. Of course, just to interact and talk, of course.
Right. Please.
Okay. Well, are you wanting to talk to her now?
Hmm.
Or at a different time and location?
Whenever's convenient, but we are on a time frame, limited stay and all.
Of course. Well, if you wish to remain here for a moment, I can certainly inquire if she'd be willing to meet some new friends of mine.
Few inquiries, questions first. Is she
Okay.
why you're here?
Yes.
Are you behaving?
Well, I'm assuming you're meaning, am I feeding on anybody? No. I am not feeding on anyone.
You're still telling the truth?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
I will roll 2.
Okay.
Just because of her last statement previously.
Oh, nice. 15. Okay. Yeah, Kelnor, she seems completely truthful to you. Genuine.
Good. Good.
As far as risk, I mean, yeah, she was. There have been time frames here in the recent conversations where she said stuff that you think, if someone was trying to deceive you, they probably wouldn't say something like,
Sure.
the ability to control their minds. Yeah, she has that same level of sincerity.
Okay. Just reaffirms what he's been thinking.
But
She'll look at you, Kelnor, and say, it is certainly not easy in a house of flesh like this, but no, I am not feeding on anyone.
I'm especially considering recently not one to look down on you if you were to have slipped up. It's good to know you haven't.
She looks a little bit like taken aback, not like offended, but surprised at your statement. Thank you. I didn't to be honest, I was not expecting that level of compassion. So genuinely thank you.
I try to deal with everyone individually, so you're welcome.
If I could, you would make me cry. But let me go speak with her and see when and where may be a good time and place.
Okay.
I'll be right back. And she will just kind of fade into from being opaque to translucent to entirely transparent. And she is gone.
I'm fairly certain she was telling the truth about feeding, but I don't think she would have cried.
I think she's sincere in her want to be free.
Well, if she can overcome nature, she would be a great boon for the side of not bad. It's hard to say good.
Agreed. Whatever she is.
I will look around the room as always.
Okay. It is it's a somewhat spacious room with looks to be a very comfortable bed. There are some peculiar eye hooks along this, like it's a 4-poster bed. There's peculiar eye hooks along the posts. Not quite sure what those are for necessarily, but yeah, it's nice. It's a nice room. But if you guys are there waiting just kind of silently, because I know you two aren't exactly the chatty type, so about 4 or 5 minutes go by, and then she shimmers back into your field of view, and well, she is willing to meet up. It would have to be this afternoon if you wish to do so, and she would just need an affirmation from you that she is not at any kind of physical risk from anyone in your party.
She has the same potential that you have if she's trying.
I don't know if I won't speak for her in that regards, but she has said that while she is talking with you, no one in your group would come to harm. She is simply asking for similar arrangement.
Well,
I agree.
we've come to help.
Very well. I will let her know. She would prefer someplace out of the way, necessarily.
Okay. Does she have a suggestion?
Well, her activities are limited to her employer's residence and here. And occasionally the senator's home, but unfortunately, I mean, you certainly may try to do it here as a little bit more conspicuous.
Well, I think if we were to do it at her employer's home, it might not bode well.
I agree.
Or the senators.
Probably likewise bad.
So here, is there a basement or an attic or some out of the way place here?
They do have a couple of storage areas. Otherwise, I could lend you my room at the Falcon's Rest, I guess, if as a neutral ground.
I'm confused. If she's limited to those three places,
Well, those are the only places she knows of here. So she's
Gotcha.
not able to make any other suggestions necessarily, but her activities tend to be restricted.
your room wouldn't be interfering.
Not if I'm not there. I can't control what people do when I'm not there.
There is a cafe across from the senator's place. It's quite nice. I'm sure we can get an out of the way section there. We could do this casually over meal. It wouldn't have us sticking out any, except for him.
That would be acceptable. You said it's across from the senator's home?
Yeah, I spent a few hours there yesterday
Okay.
watching.
She'll ask for the name. You can give it if you like. I mean, you saw what it was. I haven't given it a name yet, but
Right.
whatever.
She shall be told.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And when would you like to meet her?
Well, about within an hour.
Very well.
Is that too soon?
No, she said this afternoon would be best. She's not anticipating anything until this evening, so an hour should be sufficient.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Best of luck.
I'm assuming in order to make it look like you weren't wasting time, how much do we owe you?
This short period of time, we'll say 10 gold.
Gold?
Yeah.
Okay. I would give her 10 gold.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, good luck with your meeting, and I would hope this goes without saying, but don't make any deals you're not willing to fulfill.
Good advice.
She just will wave.
I'll wave back. Wait, I'll turn around, open up the door, head out.
Okay.
I'll follow. I'll nod at her.
All right. So you got some time to waste. Anything you want to do?
I have stuff could sell, but probably not greatest place to sell. So, no.
Okay. I guess well. Fast forward. Actually, you wanted a drink, right?
No. Was going to play joke on Rowan. I'm good now.
Okay.
Could use lunch.
It's what we're going to be having. A meeting over food.
True. Wait.
Give me a moment. And I'll head over to the bar
Uh-huh.
or whatever. How much would it cost for you to tell Rowan that someone put something on his tab? Just to tell him.
I mean, just a kind of like looks between the two of you. Just to tell him if someone put something on his tab, and then tell him what? Then no, there's nothing. It's just a big joke.
What's your most expensive item here?
Well, I mean, we have a couple of vintages that are 60, 65 years old. They generally run about 2 to 250 gold a bottle.
They'll take one of those and just write it into Rowan's tab. It has been covered, but there'll be proof that someone used it. Huh?
So you just want to buy it, and then you want me to tell him that someone bought it
Used-
on his tab.
Yep.
But you already paid for it.
Yeah, just leave that part out.
All right.
When he wants to know, just tell him a giant ass furball said he could. Just leave it at that.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. I mean, I'm okay with this. Sure.
So 250.
Well, depends, I guess, which one you want. I mean, I've got some that are.
I'll take the 200 one.
All right.
Hand it to the Dragonborn, and I'll put down 200, and I'll like sulk out of the building.
All right. He's like, all right. Give me a moment here. He grabs like a key off of a rack back there, goes in, undoes like a padlock, blows it open. You hear a few clicks later on. Another door swings open. He pulls out this bottle of wine that he hands to you, Rith, and he says, "Well, I hope you guys enjoy it. Pretty expensive bottle of wine. I hear it goes well with chicken or fish."
Good to know. So it was a $200 gold piece wine.
Yep, 200 gold piece bottle of wine.
Ruth is very confused. He'll take the bottle.
Okay. All right. Lilith, Kovac, and Rowan. You guys are all heading back into the city?
I'll use my as we're walking out. I'll use my sending stone to say that we're done and heading back. Have an extra meeting. Head back when you can.
Okay.
Him using the sending stone is actually a part where his common is actually good. Because he can get more sentences in since he doesn't use all the words in a sentence.
True. That is true. So Lilith,
I'll
you're...
answer back and say we're on the way back too.
all right.
Because I'd wait for them to catch up
Oh,
before I actually went back into the city. You know,
Okay.
I'd wait outside, wait for them.
Okay. Before you enter the gate.
Yeah.
She had
All
to
right.
wait for an adult.
I need an adult. That's good. Okay. So were you two going back to the cracked mug then? Or
Wait, yeah.
okay.
Most expensive joke I've ever had to play. I hope it's good.
Bartender's was very confused, but you know, I mean, he's okay with it.
They just made a good profit.
That's right. He just sold a very expensive bottle of wine. All right, so 5 of you gather back together.
Yeah.
Well, we learned something.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not for good conversations. The House of Happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. We have two of us have another meeting in like an hour.
You mean
With who?
Shoddy.
Oh. Where at?
Lovely cafe.
that's a nice name.
It is.
Really glad I thought of it.
Found the warehouse. Did you guys get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mission accomplished.
Awesome.
I went inside.
What?
Why?
I just went in the front door. He said it was open, so I went in.
Right. So
Smaller room.
What
Okay.
what was purpose of finding warehouse?
That's where
No,
the brother went, right?
well, it's the company he works for. They
Yeah.
are keeping cargo somewhere. It would be assumed that it would be in there, that company's warehouse.
Yeah, there was another door there was somebody in the first room.
So- So you remember how I was acting when I thought Rowan put his life on the line, but didn't actually put his life on the line by getting us hotel rooms?
Mhm.
You just casually walked into the building that we know 100% is associated with a bad guy who in turn is working with the Red Plumes who do bad things to your people.
And they know us?
Yeah, they know what you
So-
look
so-
like.
So you straight up actually risked your life on an innocuous mission.
Walked in the front door and asked if he had some string.
Yeah, but
And
what about whenever the brother, if he goes to this warehouse and the dude's like, "Hey, some weird halfling lady walked in here."
yeah,
Looking for string.
It doesn't matter that you were looking for string. They know we're here.
yep.
I knew we were here anyway, but
But if the cargo was in that warehouse, that would give them a reason now to move that cargo out of that warehouse.
Yep. You and shake your head like that was your plan.
yeah, if they think we're nosing around the warehouse, they're gonna have to move it. So now all we have to do is keep an eye out.
So you going back to keep eye out for
Mhm.
rest of time here?
Yep, like right now. Because
Yeah,
they
I was
could be
gonna come
moving
tell
it.
you guys. Yeah, I was gonna come tell you guys first before I left. And see what you figured out.
I've not been super great with them, but we have these things, right? I've been told you could talk into them and send messages.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. So that's 5. We've already used them a little today.
Also, Ilga, if she wants to talk to us, so 6.
6.
She gets
So-
weird messages occasionally.
Yeah, she's probably very confused right now.
So you could have sent that over to Stone. How long did it take you to walk from here to there and then from there to here?
Well, it took. I don't know.
From the warehouse to here.
Yeah.
From here, there, and then back.
Oh. Well, it would have been. So from the warehouse, you just have to basically judge round trip from the warehouse to the cracked mug. Is about a 35 to 40-minute walk.
So they have an hour's head start.
So I'm gonna go.
Yep. Someone should go with her.
We didn't we didn't walk inside, and I feel like my information is useless now.
I can't.
Anything else before I go?
Disguise self.
Yep.
Good
Quickly.
luck.
I can do that when I'm hidden.
You talking
So
about
I'm
using
going-
your
Nothing else.
disguise kit?
Yeah. Later.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take off.
All right. I mean, because using your disguise kit will take some time.
Oh yeah.
Generally, you'll need like at least a mirror or something that you could look into, check your disguise. So, all right, go ahead and set on out then. All right. So Lilith leaves, leaving the 4 of you still together.
After the meeting with Chati, I'm going to go catch up with her.
Okay.
Rith's confused.
Well, he's just made our job a whole lot harder. Yeah.
Did Captain Guard just? He said not to get caught or noticed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure I heard right.
I mean, technically, that's not in the city.
That is true. Maybe that technicality will help us out.
After you told us what you told us, I was gonna suggest that we could sit at the meeting as well, but not at the meeting,
Like at the place.
in the cafe, just in case. But now I feel like we need a watcher for Lilith.
Yeah.
Because she can't use her stone now because she answered you back. Or Rith back.
Wait, so we responding makes it so we can't use it too?
Yeah.
And I gave her a whole bunch of shit about like I knew how to use it. Crap.
I was only able to use it twice when you guys were coming here because, daytime, nighttime, you know. Well, you don't know, but.
Right. Well,
But...
All right. So, pair of the Kerr and Kelnorin, or Kerr and
yep, that's
Rith.
me.
Yep. Kerr and Rith are going to the meeting. And then Rowan and Kovac, what are the pair of you doing? Or are you doing different things?
I don't.
Because Lilith, you're on your way to the warehouse.
Jogging.
I'm
Like
so confused now because I had an idea of what I was gonna do. I guess, I mean, if we wanted, one of us could go each way because at least there's a little bit of protection from, for the other. I don't know. I know Kelnorin has Rith with him, which is a lot of protection. Unless you're fighting a succubus, then Rith is a lot of thing to fight. Or if you're fighting a Shang Tsung, then he's a lot of something to fight.
Who would you rather go with?
I kind of wanted to do the cafe thing.
Okay.
We could run shifts.
You go ahead. That's fine.
All right.
Kovetch, are you heading towards the warehouse as well to provide backup?
Yep.
All right. Like it. Keep the party split. It's good times. All right. All right. So, Rith, Kelnoran, Rowan, you guys are heading towards the cafe. So the pair of you are sitting down to meet with Shoddy, and then Rowan, you're finding a just spot nearby.
Yeah, I'd like to have a seat where, if it's possible, to see like them and the door.
Okay.
At the very least, the door for sure.
Okay.
We'll find a table that's kind of out of the way.
Okay. All right. So, three of you arrive at slightly different times, or not all at the same time, since you're splitting up to go. Rowan, go ahead and give me a deception check as you're just trying to just blend in and make it look like you're not really paying attention.
Oh, it was almost a 20.
It was almost a 20. An 11, it's still pretty good. I mean, to most people, you just look like a guy that's hanging out by himself for the most part. And Rith, you guys find a spot to sit down, maybe somewhere near the back of the cafe or something that you feel is inconspicuous. Give me a perception check, Kerr, as you come in, just to see, given the layout or whatnot, if you can. All right, 26. So as you take a look around, you're like, wow, if I was going to sit somewhere where no one could probably see me, right over there looks like a fantastic spot. And Rowan, you've sat down, and then Kerr goes and picks a spot that you can't really see him. You can see the door, but he's out of sight from you. He picked something that was really out of the way.
That's okay.
Yep. So, but
Really working together. Well,
yeah,
machine. That's what we are.
That's right. So, you guys sit there and wait for a little while. They come by, take orders from you. Rith, you can get food if you'd like while you're sitting there waiting.
Yep, I'll order food for us.
Okay. The total for the food will come up to about a gold piece between the two of you, if both of you are eating.
Yeah, I'll add a meal for Shoddy.
Okay. So they will just request basically 15 silver then at that point. So at about the designated time that you said, about an hour, a woman comes through the door. Curry, you notice that it's not Chotty as you've seen her, but you do notice the golden eyes with your passive perception as she's walking towards you and sits down and looks over both of you. So, you're, what's she calling herself? Rebecca's friends?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, not the pair I would have picked to work inside of the city myself, but yeah, she has her own methods, I suppose. Well, I hear you're being incredibly generous and potentially helping me out of my deal with these fairies. What, pray tell, do you want in return?
Well, I want revenge. So that's why I'm thinking. I'll get that if I help you.
Revenge against the twins?
Yes.
A personal vendetta? Well, I can certainly understand that. That sounds delicious. But if you're going to get that by just helping me, what else do you want?
I don't. To
Additional information.
that works.
About?
All the Fairies locations.
Ooh. That is quite the request. And what else are you offering in return for such an extensive amount of information? I mean, my freedom from their deal is quite the offer, but what you're requesting is potentially, well, dangerous to me in the future. I risk much.
Do you not risk much not being free?
Maybe a little bit of hunger here and there, but they do see that I get fed. What they feel is regularly enough, but not in any risk of the end of my existence, as I would be if I were to reveal all of their locations. Assuming I could even get that information for you.
Then maybe their primary location.
Wow. Interesting. Well, I've heard rumors of a couple of places where they might be cavorting about, so I could get you that information, and if you wanted to investigate those places, you could discover which of the 2 or 3 that they've talked about might be their true location.
That would be acceptable
Excellent.
for
Then
your release of freedom.
what do we need to do to achieve that?
So, just to make sure we understand each other, I tell you the item that you're looking for, you retrieve the item, and release the enchantment, thus freeing me from my agreement with the twins, and I provide you with information on their potential base locations.
How release enchantment?
Well, it's a simple arcane ritual, I believe.
Will dispel magic work?
If you're powerful enough, I would assume so.
I can do that. But
Excellent.
just in case.
Well, as far as I know, dispel magic is a means to do so. If you have the ability to remove a curse, that might also suffice.
The player does not know if he can.
Okay. I don't know if druids have that or not.
See. I do not.
Okay. But those are the two methods, unless you have the ability to cast a wish spell.
Spell magic's what we got.
Okay. Well, I will have to rely on the fact that you are good enough. But
Yeah. We're not bad.
you certainly know how to feel a girl with confidence. But what you are looking for is a locket.
Who's wearing the locket?
I don't know if they are at the moment. I have not seen them with it.
What does Locket look like?
Simple, unadorned. I believe it's made out of brass.
Shape?
Circular. Inside the locket, you will find a lock of hair. That is what needs to be disenchanted.
The hair itself?
Yes. Whether or not they've placed any kind of enchantments on the locket itself, you will have to determine that. But given my employer's paranoid nature, I would assume the worst.
Okay. If
Any? Oh, go.
sorry. If neither one is maybe wearing it, would it be at the one of the three or whatever locations? One of their main locations?
If they are not wearing it, then I would assume it is probably within their home.
Their home.
There is one other person that might have it.
Okay.
They have been speaking with the leader of the Plumes. Nasty looking man. He has a scar above his, well, that goes across his right eye. Black and silver hair. Utterly distasteful look about him.
I'm sure we can find him if that's where we end up having to go.
Uh, if you have any contacts within the city, they might be able to tell you who the man is precisely. I have not caught his name myself, but I wish to spend as little time around someone as unpleasant as him.
I suppose that's fair. All right.
Very well. Well, once you have the locket in your possession, feel free to contact Rebecca. Strange name. But she can either put you back in contact with me, or if you manage to release the enchantment, I will make my way.
So where are the location?
As soon as the enchantment is released, I will make sure that you have those.
I don't know where they live. So without that location, I can't fulfill my end.
Oh, do you mean the twins?
Yeah.
Well, their manor is on the northern end of the central district. You're simply looking for a forest green house with gold trim around the door.
Forest green. Gold trim. Thank you.
Of course. Anything else?
I'll look at Wrath.
Nothing.
She looks down at the food that's sitting there. Well, thank you for the meal, but this won't quite sate my appetite. She kind of looks over towards you, and then back towards like Kelnoran, and back towards Rith. Perhaps you might like it.
Fair
All those
enough.
muscles have to be fueled somehow.
He has a strict diet of good berry.
That's unfortunate. One
Yep.
should enjoy life's pleasures, and food can be such a wonderful one for mortals like yourself. Well, I look forward to an equally pleasant meeting in the future.
Yes.
Have a nice day.
And till we meet again.
She gets up and walks out.
I'll finish eating.
Okay.
Can I have the meat from that? I stole a whole bunch of dogs.
Take what you need.
Pick it off and pocket it.
Okay. All right. Well, it is about midnight. Do we want to call it there for this time being? And we'll pick up with Lillith and Kovac the next time.
Lilith killing herself.
If you remember,
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't, it's okay.
If I don't remember, yeah, it's okay too. Yeah. Who knows? Let me put down a note.
We can just assume all went well.
It always does. Nothing ever goes wrong with this group. It's all good. Well, everyone, thank you for stopping by this evening. We hope you enjoyed the shenanigans, and we look forward to the next time when we get together, which should be 2 weeks, I believe. I don't think we have any scheduling conflicts that I'm
Not that
aware
I'm aware
of. So
No issues here.
We will pick up with the Outlanders. Next step of the Outlanders journey here in 2 weeks. Again, thank you everybody for stopping by. If you're watching this over on YouTube, hopefully you've had a chance to watch Rowan or Kerr's Day Out, and caught up on all of his shenanigans as well. And if you are watching this on YouTube, hit the buttons, push all the buttons, do the things, the general stuff that you do over on the YouTube. So. Until then, we will see you all next time. Until that point, keep those dice warm. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Laters.
Yeah.